Welcome back, fellow shop rats. I'm out here in the shop tonight, even though it's late at night and not normal for me, but I'm out here to get the rust conditioner sprayed on the inside of that roof here on the Stitches Challenger so that we're ready to take the next steps once I get that epoxy stuff that we need to glue the roof bow to the roof and then get that roof bow welded into the car. We certainly have made great progress. And as always around here, it's just about spending time with me in the shop as I have time, spending the day, just hanging out and you helping me, and we can do some bench racing and stuff to talk. Well, it's just all kind of fun is what I'm trying to say. So if you're down for some fun, then just stick around because we got a lot more coming. I'm Mike.
This is My Cars Shop.
The weather has not been cooperating for me to get that $500 paint job finished, and that's just fine. We will get it probably in the next week or so. And I know I've been saying that for a month now, but I promise we're going to do it as soon as like my life and the weather align perfectly. But today we've got the rust conditioner. I'm just using the rattle can stuff this time because we're not trying to put top coat over it. It's just to keep the interior from continuing to rust. In our last episode, we got the roof bow roughed in place. We got the roof bow mounts welded in, tacked in. We got the pie slice done in the roof to get that dent out of the way so that the roof bow can fit up in place. But we need to get the inside of this roof painted, rust conditioned and painted so it's sealed up so it will not continue to deteriorate. So we're ready to do that. So let's get this thing spun up so that we can get in there and get after it, because that's important. Ow. Go. It's all coated. Took one entire can to do that. I hardly had anything left. So that needs to dry, and then next time we will spray that with Rust-Oleum Satin Black. I may go ahead and pick up a quart of that to do in the spray gun. That'll make it go a lot faster, and we'll get a little better coverage on it. But that's good progress. I'm pleased with that. Now, you may be asking, why haven't I done like the head piece here by the windshield and around over there and all that? And it's because I know that I've got to do some cutting up in some of these areas and fixing some things, and I just want to wait and get that piece and those other pieces done once I'm ready and have some of that other work done. So there's a method to my madness, and mostly it's because of my madness that I have a method, but it's the way I do it, and that's the way I'm doing it. So we're not far from being needing to get up in here now and figure out how we're going to remove the factory botanical garden option, because the back glass is going to need to come out of this car here soon and get all of that fungi and mold and mildew and just the whole little botanical garden that's been in this car, which is, it's a factory rare option and not everybody has one. But, if we could preserve that, it would be a very rare high option car, and definitely a high six to low seven figure car if we can preserve all of that option. Progress is progress. Remember that every bite you take is one less bite you need to take later. And I can't emphasize that enough, that although today actually is Christmas Eve, and it is like 6 o'clock now, and we've got stuff going on tonight, and And then we got a big family gathering tomorrow. And but Beck got home late the other night with this rust proofing stuff for me after I filmed the last episode, and the episode was actually already edited, and I wasn't sure when I was going to get out here. It was edited and uploaded already into the queue on YouTube, and I thought, well, I could take it down and tag this on there onto the end of it and add more to it, or I could leave it standalone. And I decided to go ahead and just leave it standalone to say, I think sometimes, and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but I think sometimes that we think that we have to have large windows of time to work on projects like this, and that's not necessarily the case. If you got a half an hour, 45 minutes, you got to allow for some time to clean up, and I got paint on me, and I got to go change my clothes, and etc., etc. But we can make some good little progress on things if we have things staged when we're done with the last bit and we know what needs to be done when we come out the next time. We can make huge progress. And looking inside of that car, looking at that rust condition roof, which is now black instead of just crusty, rusty, dusty crap, that to me is a huge step forward on this project. And I want to encourage you that maybe you need to change your mindset a little bit and realize that you don't have to spend a whole day out there. You can go out for an hour before dinner or an hour after you wash the dishes for your family. Just saying. You can go out for an hour after dinner and get a little bit done, a little bite done. Maybe it's Sunday morning before you go to church, or Saturday morning before you go to synagogue, or Friday night before you go to the bar. Whatever your particular religious slant may be. I'm joking, obviously, but whatever you particularly happen to be involved in life, you can take a little bite with just a little planning. And of course, you have to allow some time to get cleaned up and get ready to go and maybe take a shower or whatever. But I think y'all are adults and you know all that stuff, so I don't need to belabor the point. But there's just so many little pieces and bites and bits that you can do on a project like this. I really need to take a good 8-hour day and weld that floor on the passenger side and get that floor buttoned up. But I don't have that kind of time right now. The next big chunk of time gets devoted over here to the $500 paint job. That's coming, like I said. But people have asked me before, and we got so many new subscribers here on the channel that I think sometimes it's worth repeating things. People have asked me, how can you possibly manage 12 projects, still work full time, be a professional musician, and everything else you're involved in? I teach music lessons, got all kinds of stuff going on. I still do counseling some. And I just keep all these things juggling, and yet I'm constantly moving forward on the projects. It's because of the little bite philosophy. A little bite, a little bite, a little bite, and before long, you got the whole elephant bit. We all need to encourage ourselves by tackling things and accomplishing things that are accomplishable in little bits of time. The tagline, the thing that I'm focused on this year more than ever, is 3 simple little statements. Make it safe, make it done, and go have fun. That's really what this should all be about. I mentioned it in the last couple episodes that I'm realizing that, what, in a few hundred years down the road to 1,000 years, if this planet even still exists, all this stuff's probably going to be just gone. Who years from now is going to want to preserve 5, 10, 20,000 70 Challengers? It'll be nice to have a handful of them in museums around, and there'll be a few eclectic people who own 1 or 2, but who knows if we'll even have some kind of fuels to run these things. The high dollar cars, the collectible ones, will probably be around, but the average stuff, eventually, I've got to talk about it Tuesday coming on this, eventually family down the road isn't going to give a crap about any of this stuff, and it's going to go away. And if they can't sell it, it'll get scrapped. So that's just reality of, I think, what we need to be facing. And you may disagree with me on that, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, ultimately, it's all going to turn to rust and disappear. It's not going to last forever. So I understand the intent of people who want to, restore them to perfection and all of that. But if that's what you enjoy doing, that's great. But for me, You know, I'm pushing 60 years old. I want to get this car on the road and go out and have fun with it. And, you know, I don't care so much that I've not done things perfectly. So when I'm ripping up and down the road with this big block 4-speed, the smile on my face is going to be worth every bit of the time and love that I put into it. And just because it's not done perfectly, I don't care. I really don't, because while the perfectionist is still in the shop trying to make everything perfect, I'll be out burning off $800 rear tires on this car. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Just a little bite, but I wanted to share that with you. I hope you have a great new year. I know we're well into the new year by the time you're seeing this, although my production schedule is really off and I'm only a couple weeks ahead, and I hate that. I'm trying to get caught back up again. And I like to have that 6 weeks margin, but it's the holidays. We've already had a couple of Christmas gatherings and just a lot of stuff going on. So that's the reality of it. Keep after it. Make it, let's try it again. Make it done. Make it fun. See, I did it wrong again. Make it safe, make it done, and go have fun. Make it safe, make it done, and go have fun. Maybe I need to get Schultz Sign Company to make me some T-shirts with that on there. Maybe we could get Rodney or Roderick Rat on there and make it safe, make it fun, and go. Make it make it safe, make it done, and go have fun with Roderick in the middle. That a piece of merchandise you guys be interested in? Let me know. All right, that'll do it. Catch you on the next one.
Wow.